Bangalore's nightlife has seen organizers come and go, but very few have managed to build an ecosystem that consistently delivers world-class experiences. From Martin Garrix and Boris Brecha to Diljit Dosanjh and Black Coffee, they have brought some of the biggest names in music to India's stages. But Boombox isn't just about nightlife. They have gone beyond, curating equestrian and polo championships with the Indian Army and taking premium experiences to Tier 2 cities across the country. At the core of Boombox are three minds who have turned large-scale entertainment into a fine art. Ilyas Mohammed, the strategist behind brand tie-ups and concert curation. Nakash Mohammed, the marketing and promotions powerhouse driving the brand from Dubai. And Gautam Rajpal, the production specialist, operations head, and artist manager who ensures every show runs seamlessly. This is a 2-episode special on the Vic Fix. From backstage panic to global recognition, this is the story of India's new nightlife machine, and it all starts here. Gautam, welcome to the Vic Fix.
Thank you, Vic. So glad to be here. I know this took a little time.
Yeah.
Finally, today it is happening. And I'm so glad that you started this podcast. And the best part about it is you're bringing the right people who are senior in the industry, who have made a very big difference in the nightlife across the country. And the insights that they have been giving, in fact, I've been watching your show. There's so much that even I've learned understanding from the people who have been curating things when I was still studying.
Right.
So I'm glad to be here when after all these seniors have given their insights about it, I'm glad to be on the same platform. I hope I can make a difference of the newbies trying to come to where we are.
Yeah.
I hope I can give them the right things.
I'm definitely sure you will. Yeah, because the amount of knowledge that you have, and I've been speaking to you during the research and the run-up as well. And it's such a pleasure to, to see that this finally materialized. So let's go back to where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you were doing events even before Boombox formally materialized.
Yes.
But tell me, how did the trio happen? How did you meet up with Nakash and Ilyas?
Okay, so I met Ilyas through a common friend of ours. And then kind of in the span of 1 year, we really got close. And then I also met Nakash through Ilyas. Nakash and Ilyas were friends. And then Nakash was in Goa, both went to Bangalore. He was having another business here. And that's when all three of us started gelling over the weekends and then having parties, tune after parties, late night parties and all that. And one fine night after a Sunday night after partying at a club, and then we were heading back home, and then there was a sudden discussion saying, we know people in the industry. We are all party animals. We have the passion for this. Why don't we start something new? So this happened on a Sunday night, and we said, okay, let's catch up tomorrow for lunch and let's discuss it through. And the next day we guys met up for lunch, and then in a span of like about 2-3 hours, we decided what we want to do. We decided, let's just start. And then we come up with the brand name. We come up with the tagline. We called some people that we know. Someone designed the logo for this.
Okay.
Me and Nakash right there created the Facebook and the Insta page. And boom, it started from there.
What was the idea behind curating the name Boombox?
There was no specific idea as such. It was just a discussion that the trio had.
Right.
And we wanted to come up with something which is really different. And also because we always knew that we guys wanted to bring music that no one else has gotten. And the music should be so good that people always want to listen to it like people listen to music on the boombox.
Nice.
So anyone attends a party of ours, they should remember it like they're listening it on the boombox. So that's how the name formed up. Ilyas was already curating a lot of large-scale concerts because of the partnership with the other bigger brands that we work with. If you remember the venue E-Zone, that venue was run by Ilyas.
Okay.
So Ilyas was one of the main guys to bring in Avicii to Bangalore for the first time, bring in Armin to Bangalore for the first time.
Right.
So he was already doing that part. So we knew when Boombox started, we obviously started focusing on clubs, but only the star hotels. But we knew that concert will always be a part of it.
Nice.
So that's how it began. And then first gig landed up happening at Ritz-Carlton Bang. And this was exactly a week after we announced Boombox. The day we discussed, the day the logo was ready, It was announced the next day on a Tuesday, and on a Saturday was our first gig with Navid at Ritz.
Wow.
So that's how it started. And then first gig itself gave us that kind of response, which we did not expect, to be very honest. I was expecting about 150, 170 people, but we are about 300 plus people who turned up. So that's what gave us a little more inspiration, saying, you know what, we should do more.
Right.
That's when we started curating gigs on every week.
Did the three of you know that you would end up in this industry, or was it this something that just happened by accident?
To be honest, I don't think that we knew that we would land up being a core part of the industry, or this will become my kind of a full-time career. We just started it. One is for the passion. One is because of the contacts that we guys had. Because at that time, all three of us still had our other core career paths which were running.
Right.
Ilyas doing his things, Nakash having his other business. I was in a job. I used to be an IT engineer. I was in a job, and then just started. Luckily, everything fell in place, and then I came out of my job bit and then just started doing Boombox.
Over the years now, you have hosted multiple headliners, okay? But out of all these international headliners, which one was the toughest to lock down?
We do a lot of concerts, and again, not that we guys always lock down artists directly, because we have our channel partner Sunburn is there. We have other partners also. But for us to lock down, the most difficult was to get Boris Becher to do a concert. Because he had come back, I think, 2016, 2017, when he did only a club show at Loft.
Yes.
And then he's grew so much, and it was very difficult to decide and get him to do a concert. And no one thought that you could actually have a techno act do a concert, because techno acts are known for indoors and all that. That was the most difficult act that it took us to lock.
Right. And what were the logistical challenges in executing that entire concert? Give us a little more insight.
I didn't have any logistical challenges as such, because it was a very easy production that we could do, because it is only a techno act. We had Bhartiya City as a venue. But the biggest challenge that we had is the dates that we had got, but that we had closed with the artist. And then like about 2 months later, the elections were announced. And then we knew that this is just 2 days before the election, and we were in between the code of conduct.
Right.
And then we somehow did whatever that we could do. We got all permissions in place and all that. But 3 days before the concert, there was a rally announced that was happening in Bangalore by the PM. Narendra Modi was doing the rally in the city. And then everything fell apart, where we knew that, as in the entire Bangalore thought that this will never happen. Because it is code of conduct 2 days before the election, and Narendra Modi doing a rally in the city.
Right.
There's no way there's a concert that can happen.
Yeah.
But like we say, that when you do it with the right heart, everything falls in place. We had to pull a lot of things. I will not lie about that. But we guys still made sure that Boris has to be in Bangalore, because in between we also thought of shifting it to Hyderabad, because we didn't want to let go of the date.
Right.
But for us, it was like, if it is happening, it has to happen in our city, or it's not going to happen. So we guys made sure everything fell in place, and we could successfully run the concert.
And tell us about the aftermath. After the concert.
After the concert, see, everyone thinks once the concert is over, we guys take a breather. After the concert is over is where we have more work.
Right.
There's a lot of things that we guys have to look into at the venue. Hearing people safely. There are a lot of billings. There are a lot of things to close after the concert. But yeah, there was a big marathon that happened at the official after party. It was happening at Guilt, which has a capacity of about 1,000 people. And we had sold 800 tickets, and we'd stopped the tickets. But there's so many people who left from the main concert in the after party,
Right.
that the venue had to fill 2,000 people. And there was no place to breathe. And we had never seen anything like that happening at a club.
Yeah.
At 12:40, we were at a situation where we had to tell people, you know what, that we will have to shut the party because it is not safe anymore.
Right.
There were still about 300 people outside trying to enter, knowing that it's going to shut in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But the people still wanted to come inside. So that was the biggest club scene that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
I myself from the dope didn't have time to go to the DJ console. I myself moved to Big Brewski, spent my time there till the party got over.
Right. And that was one of the most successful concerts that you guys did.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
For sure, yes. It is.
Which artist gave you the craziest Tech Rider request that you have ever seen?
See, now with the EDM artists and all that, the Tech Riders are usually heavy. Now, Tech Rider, whatever is the requirement that Tech to we have to support. But we guys always get a little tied up with the hospitality rider that you get. And so I can remember one instance when we hosted DJ Snake for the first time in 2022. The hospitality rider obviously has booze, has some sandwiches, has all of that. There was a request for a basketball, which we said, okay, fine. We don't know why he wants it, but it's fine. There was a request for a large LED TV in the green room with a PS4.
Okay.
And we guys did not understand what is the artist or the team going to do with a PS4. They hardly are in the green room for like half an hour.
Right.
What did they do with it?
Yeah.
And somehow we had to deny the request. Hope these guys agreed to it. And then later, I am glad that we guys got in the basketball because later, just 20 minutes before Snake was supposed to go on stage, he and his team outside the green room just started playing football with it. Me and Akashwin joined him and had a very good time. And all these artists, I think these guys want to do that because they just want to ease out the stress.
Yeah.
They want to be in their happy zone just before they go on stage and start banging it for the crowd.
I think it's their way of de-stressing.
Correct. That's how it is.
Tell us about a time when things nearly fell apart, but the crowd did not know.
Okay, so I have to talk to you about when we did Martin Garrix in 2023. So he was the world number one at that time. We had announced a concert with him on a Friday. And we wanted to do it at the Nice Grounds. The Nice Grounds wasn't available. And then we didn't have any other venue of that size. So then we figured out and we guys found out a new venue just ahead of the airport. And we announced the show there. But there was a lot of negative feedback of the venue because we also knew that it was not very secure to do it there. But we were trying to put everything in place. But a lot of people saying it is too far. And then they said that local transport's not available and all that. And a lot of these messages even reached out to Martin.
Okay.
And Martin himself told us saying, no, let's do it in a different venue. So that's when we went back saying the venue is too small. We cannot have more than 13,000 people.
Right.
And we're looking at a bigger number. And Martin was landing in Bangalore on a Wednesday, although his concert was on a Friday.
Okay.
It was so good because of the relation that he has with us, he has with Sunburn and all that. He said, I'll do one more show for you guys.
Wow. Okay.
So that's when we said, okay, then it's perfect. 13,000 tickets are anyway sold. That will be on the actual day.
Yeah.
One day prior, we announced another show. Which was on a Thursday, and we announced it just 5 days before the show. And that also sold about 10,000 tickets.
Wow.
And that was the only day where we reached out to all the VVIP people and all that, saying Thursday is the day where we have space to put tables. This is the place because we also host a lot of people. This is when we can host you. Please come in on Thursday.
Right.
Don't come in on a Friday.
Yeah.
Because Friday was so packed that we had to remove tables and all of that. We only put the standing part. So if you've seen whenever Martin plays the LEDs and all that, in between there's a plus that he comes with.
Yes.
So the first day of the show, we've done the sound check. He's come, he's gone. Everything is perfect. The opening artist has started and the press has to be turned off. That comes up only when Martin comes.
Right.
5 minutes before Martin, 1 hour before that, we knew that there's something wrong with that LED. We are not able to do the test because the opening artists are already doing that thing and we already have about 60-70% of the crowd inside. And that LED is not coming up at all. We have done whatever we could do from the back end. There was one lady who was handling that from the production team. She was literally in tears 5 minutes before. We tried everything. When he goes on stage, that plus is not going to come up. Me and Ilyas being at the VVIP, we were like, fuck, we don't know what to do with it. So we said, okay, now, anyways, he's there, let him start, we'll see. And I don't know how God helped at that time. The moment he came, he started the first track and the LED boom just started working. We have spent 1 hour making sure that what is wrong. The moment he came, it was perfectly working fine.
Wow.
So just 40 minutes before that, we know in what condition we were. You're like, we've done so much. We've spent extra money just to make sure the plus is hanging from top.
Right.
And it's not working. But everything fell into
Divine intervention. Yeah.
the moment he came in, perfectly on time, it came up.
Amazing. Yeah.
That is something that we can never forget.
I could imagine the stress, man.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the wildest crowd moment that you have ever witnessed at a Boombox show?
Wildest crowd moment, I would say the recent thing that we did a concert with Diljit. We were partnered with Saregama for the concert. That was the wildest crowd moment that I have seen. We had about 36,000 people at the concert. And when Diljit suddenly came up with that idea saying, you can open gates at 4. I'm going to come on stage till 7:30. Before me, no one performs. This, we got to know a day prior to the event. Okay. So we were like, there's so many tickets, so there's so many people coming in.
Right.
What are they going to do from 4 to 7:30? And at 2:30, I see about 10,000 people already in a queue trying to enter. Like, what are people going to do? But that crowd that came for him was so patient. There was only background music played. There were only the sponsor videos coming in on the LED.
Right.
Everyone was around the venue just making sure that they are drinking and having their food.
Right. Right.
And the moment that he came in, I suddenly see the bar counters, everything go empty. Everyone's right in the center waiting for him to come. I have never seen unity in a crowd for any other artist as such. For 2.5 hours, everyone just waiting for him to come. They're inside the venue, but there's zero. There's zero entertainment happening on stage.
And that's very interesting. Did it like kind of change your mind, like as to how things can be planned in a run-up to a big artist coming?
Because when someone like an Indian artist like Diljit is able to do that, why not the others?
Of course.
Why is that we guys are always trying to put in a DJ from a 4?
Right.
But in a way, I think because it is Diljit, there's a lot of that Punjabi connect, because Diljit is someone who's always on stage, takes the mic and connects to the person.
Yes.
Connects to the crowd. The other DJs don't talk. But if you have a DJ, then I'm sure that you have to have that lineup so that the entertainment starts from the time the gate opens.
Right.
But this was something that I did not imagine would happen. I thought the crowd's going to go a little berserk about it and react in a very negative way.
Right.
But it was so smooth. There was not one negative comment about this 2.5, 3 hours of zero entertainment being there on stage.
I think it gave enough time also for people to come in, settle down, get their drinks, and just do like a nice walk.
But again, as soon as we opened the gates, at 10,000 people outside. So those 10,000 people were there inside at 4:30 sharp.
Right.
Still, those 10,000 people from 4:30 to 7:30, they had nothing to do.
Let's talk about maintaining business and balance now. As the production head, what's your most miracle save moment, that happened before the show started?
Okay, so again, going back to the Martin Garrix concert, one, I told you about his LED thing. So this happened on day 1. So day 1, our concert got over, everything went successful. Day 2 is where we don't have tables. There's a lot of new crowd coming in. So we had the main LED on the right-hand side, left-hand side, we have the 2 extra LEDs. So the right-hand side LED, because if you've seen Bharatiya City as a venue, it's very windy.
Right.
Regardless of the season of venue, it is very windy because it's just between buildings.
Exactly.
So there was one big riser of LED and there was an LED on top. We are supposed to open gates at 4:30. 3 o'clock, the wind became out of control and the entire LED with the risers down just came bam on a food stall. It shattered everything in the food stall. And we are very, very glad that there was no one got injured. You guys are very lucky in that way. So then the LED fell, there was a lot of wiring that got cut, and we guys just have about 45 minutes to open gates. One is that in that shop saying, I was like running around to make sure no one's injured. Luckily, no one was injured, and after that, first is to clear the debris of the broken LED. Then the risers are broken, then making sure that there's another riser which is coming in. Now we have the LED, but it is in broken panels.
Right.
Now someone has to again install it. Yes. They have to again test it with the main LED.
Correct.
Now we had to make sure that it has to happen. We cannot do the show without an LED on the right-hand side. Right. How someone at a general from behind still supposed to see what's been happening on the right-hand side. And then the vendors there, everyone's running around. I am there. My team is there. All of us are standing there like the laborers. Whatever they were doing, we were there trying to help them to make sure it happens. We got delayed by like about 20-25 minutes to open gates, but we made sure when we opened gates, the LED was up and running. So these are situations that you cannot help.
Yeah, and that's definitely a miracle save.
With the kind of production that we do,
right?
There's a very thin line that anything can go wrong anytime.
Right, yeah.
So that's how it is. But again, concert doesn't feel like that. You have to go with it. If there's no risk, there's no concert.
When the three of you work as a team, okay, between the three of you, who has the final say when it comes to artist versus venue versus budget debates?
See, there's nothing as a final say. See, now, with the experience that Ilyas has, because he's been doing concerts way before me and Nakash even got into the concert scene. So obviously the final call is taken by him, and we guys just go by what he says because he has that kind of experience. But before the final call is taken, obviously, whether it is a venue, it is the artist, it is the date, how do you want to market it, all of us spend good 1 week of time. Now that we just sit for one discussion. There are multiple discussions happen at least for a week. And then all of us do the fine-tuning, arrive at one decision. And then if there is a little fine-tuning or a little tweak to be done with Ilyas's experience, that's been done. And then we're like, okay, this is what is finalized, this is what we're going to follow. And then because we guys are very, very clear about what three of us are handling.
Yeah.
No one gets into my field, I don't get into their field. That's what takes us very smooth. Obviously, there are differences of opinions which will always be there.
Yes.
But once we have finalized the plan, we stick on to the plan. I do what I have to do, they both do what they have to do.
Right.
And everything falls in place.
Yeah.
So that's the only approach that we have. Obviously, your brain has to be there for us to execute everything that we do. But with an 80% of brain being there, 20% of heart has to be there.
Of course.
That's when things go right.
Yeah.
That's what we guys have believed in, and that is how we guys want to continue.
Also, break down the thought process that goes behind identifying and selecting artists.
See, in identifying, selecting artists, see, like now if a Sunburn is booking an next artist and doing an India tour, now they say that this is the date that we want to do it in Bangalore. Now, if we feel that artist is not going to work, or the artist costing is too high for a market like Bangalore.
Right.
Because the Mumbai market is much different than the Bangalore market.
Yeah.
So we guys look at those aspects, also understand what's happening around.
Right.
Also understand what season of the year it is. Obviously, monsoons, we guys cannot do anything. But again, apart from it, is it close to a Diwali? Is it close to a Children's Day? Is it very close to Christmas? Or is it somewhere in April where the college crowd would have finished their exams and everyone's going for a vacation? That's when the crowd's lesser.
Right.
So we guys have to look at all those concepts which will bring in. One is what the crowd wants.
Right.
One is, will we be able to achieve the sales that we are looking at?
Yeah.
Will we be able to create that impact that we guys want to? So all of these aspects are put into place. There's a detailed deep dive that we guys do to understand about it. And that's when we approach saying, okay, let's do this artist or let's not do this artist.
Got it.
Or if we feel that if this artist is happening in the March, should we do it in April? So we would try and get that date for an April.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is how we guys...
The sellability side.
So then we guys have to go back and forth with a lot of things. And then obviously mistakes have happened. There are some wrong decisions that all of us have taken. Some shows which should have done 100% is not even done a 60% because of the wrong timing. Because of the wrong month, maybe the wrong date as well.
Right.
Because suddenly that we guys have done that, okay, Saturday works the best, we're doing the Saturday, but later we're realizing it's a long weekend. So it's a Saturday, Sunday, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday where people have already made their travel plans.
Yeah.
So why would they again buy a concert ticket and lose out money on what they've already booked for a travel?
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
So one concert, we guys did not consider that. And then that did hit us on the revenue.
Right.
But later we started somehow thinking about that also to make sure that everything falls in place.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also been a debate that's been going on for a while, wherein some of the Indian DJs or the Indian artists are saying that, they do not get enough recognition or they do not have enough local promoters supporting them for concerts and so on and so forth, right? What's your take on this? Have you encountered any of this, and what's your general feedback or opinion?
When you talk about the DJs of our city especially, they're doing a lot of shows. There is a lot of underrated talent in our city. They're not getting the right platform. They have a lot of talent, but they're not able to reach where they want to reach. But none of these DJs are understanding that they don't network themselves enough. When I say network, see, these days all these people think networking is only social media. When they have a gig, you see them. Or they just land up messaging you or reaching out to you when you announce a concert, or they know saying Boombox is bringing an next artist. Saying, bro, can I be on the lineup? But these guys don't understand saying, one is you invite these people to your parties. Point number one. Second, the day you're not playing a gig, you're outside, you go meet the right people.
Right.
I see DJs, either they're playing at a gig. If not, you don't see them at all. Otherwise, if you see them at parties, they're not there to socialize. They're there to party. You will see them with their set of friends. You will see them doing their kind of fun and going back home. Now, if you have the talent, you want to come into a concert, you will have to put in that effort to meet the right people. You'll have to keep in touch with all these people. You You suddenly cannot look at a flyer which is coming onto a social media saying there's an ex artist that they've announced for this date, and you just pick up the call and say, Gomzi, you've announced this, I want to be on the lineup. It doesn't work that way.
Of course.
See, now, me being passionate about music, I might know that this ex DJ is a very good DJ to be on the lineup for a concert.
Right.
But I am not the only one who takes the decision. The artist has to agree. The artist agency has to agree. Our channel partners have to agree. The sponsors have to agree.
Yeah.
Now, unless and until you are not bringing the right limelight on yourself, and just because you know this person, you expect to be on the lineup, no, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
People are just getting carried away with thinking social media is everything. Yes, social media is a very vital, very important part of all our lives in this industry. That I totally agree to. But what happens to a rapport connection between an organizer and a DJ? That's never there.
Right. So you'd say that this happens quite a bit when you get like a lot of messages.
Every concert that I announce, this happens. And there are people who will just end up messaging me on Insta.
Right.
Hi, I'm a DJ and so. I've been playing at these gigs. I've opened for so shows. Please put me on the lineup. That is not the approach that an organizer wants.
Of course.
You call me.
Right.
You send me your profile.
Right.
Can I come and meet you? That way, the day I've announced the concert, I have over 1,000 messages that I get.
Of course, yeah.
At times, not intentionally, but I'll end up missing messages.
Right.
And then someone randomly at a party comes to me, bro, I'd messaged you, you've not even responded to me. And I don't even know who the person is.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying, why have people forgotten the basic ethics of calling a person, telling a person, saying, I'm a DJ, I have not met, but I know what you guys do. Can I come and meet you? How long does it take?
As simple as that. Yeah.
Instagram is a social media app. So Instagram is not a professional talk app. People don't understand that anymore. That is why all of these good DJs are losing out on opportunities.
Today in India, who really holds the power in nightlife? Is it the venue? Is it the artist? Or is it the organizer?
Out of these three things, it is not one that only an organizer holds the power. All three have to come together. When you talk about a club show, it's different. For a concert, it's different. For a concert, people are buying tickets for the main act. For example, if I'm doing a Boris Becha, people are buying tickets for Boris Becha. They don't care it is done by Boombox or someone else.
Right.
People are buying tickets for him. But still, a lot of crowd still knows that if Boombox is doing this, then we know the execution is there. Then we know it is happening at Bharatiya City. But again, when it comes to a club show, again, it all depends what artist are bringing in, what genre. If you bring in an Afro genre and put him in a club like something in Kormangla, it's not going to work.
Right.
Kormangla is known for Bollywood.
Yeah.
You bring in a Bollywood artist and you put him at a Kaze, that'll never work.
You're right.
Correct?
Yeah.
So now the venue, the artist and the organizer, all three have to be on the same page. Again, which is not happening at present. There's no consistency with the existing parties that are happening.
You're right. Yeah.
One is, if you're doing a club show, you're doing it at a venue which is not an artist-centric venue. People are coming there for the venue. Or you're doing an artist and that place is an artist-centric venue. If there's an artist, people go there or people don't go there. You have to consider these aspects.
Right.
If you don't consider this, even if I say I have this big artist, I'm doing it at the X venue.
Yeah.
If the club, the promoters, if they are not in sync with me, it is not going to work. It'll be a failure gig.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So everyone has to come.
Right.
And this is what even everyone's lacking is people are not planning things in time.
You're right.
On a Saturday, they just realize, you know what, we don't have a gig. And then on a Tuesday, someone might call, you know what, I have this artist. So what does the club think? Anyway, Saturday, I don't have it. It's only my resident who's playing.
Right.
This guy has an artist. I'll ask him to put it here.
Yeah, right.
Now, how do people expect what's happening next?
Exactly.
People want to announce a gig on a Wednesday and expecting it to be a packed event on a Saturday.
Right.
These days, people plan in advance.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Unless and until it is a venue which has an IP, which is known for this particular genre, which happens on a Friday.
Yeah.
Who are the artists? People are going there because they know what to expect out of it.
But would you say that specifically the management is to blame for this?
No, I wouldn't say it is the management.
Right.
Now, the club might have a programming head.
Yes.
The club might have certain budgets. Sometimes the club is not able to do something on a Saturday because maybe they don't have the right budget for that particular weekend.
You're right.
Because running clubs are not easy.
Right. Yeah.
They also have very stringent budgets.
Right.
with the kind of overheads that a club in Bangalore has, with the kind of unwanted expenses that come through. No one knows what will happen tomorrow.
But then this lack of planning hurts big time, right? Because it
hurts everyone.
It shows, there's no vision,
It hurts everyone.
Right.
From the organizer, from the crowd, from the brand value of the club, from the promoters being there,
right,
from the artist just getting booked on a Tuesday and being there on a Saturday, and then like crowd didn't come. Now, people on social media might think the crowd has not come because the artist wasn't good. Sometimes the artist is not really good.
Right.
That is also affecting the club, saying, no, this club, that day, this artist didn't have crowd. I went in for 10 minutes and he walked out.
You're right.
That is what is getting passed by. The club is really good.
You're right.
Because tonight, the gig wasn't announced at the right time.
Exactly.
They think the club doesn't have crowd.
Exactly.
It goes the other way around as well.
Yeah, you're right.
So how long does it take for a club or an organizer or a DJ to have a 3-month calendar?
You're right. You're right.
Saying Friday, this is the genre, Saturday, this is Sunday, this is the genre.
Yeah.
And then, okay, end moment cancellation by an artist or something else comes up, fine. I do understand.
Right.
Out of, if you've planned like 16 gigs, or 16 weeks, you plan something. Maybe one might not fall in place because of something else went wrong.
Correct. Yeah.
But why don't you plan that and keep it so that there is consistency?
Yeah. So it's very important for everyone to have a vision and, like for them to work in with each other and plan well in advance.
Correct. Yeah. See, for me also when it comes to concert, I did And Me in March.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do DJ Snake, but because of some other challenges, we had to postpone the tour to Feb. In between, I had some artists that I could do. I had artists directly wanting me to do a concert with them.
Right.
But because it was not planned, I had 1.5 months to do a concert. I said, no, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It is one is, you obviously have to look at a profit and loss, but apart from profit and loss, you also have to look at the brand image that you think.
Exactly.
The brand value that Boombox has.
Exactly. And the impact that something can have.
Correct. And then people coming into a concert who have attended 6 or 8 concerts of Boombox suddenly come into a concert which wasn't up to the mark.
Right.
People forget the past 8. They will only talk about this which did not go right.
Of course.
So at times you have to say a no to things.
Yeah.
People say, no, it is business. Okay, yes, it is business, but money is not everything there.
Of course. No, brand image is much bigger than anything.
Much bigger.
Yeah. It takes a lot to build it and it takes like one single concert.
And everyone still has to think about, why am I doing that everyone else is doing? Okay, concert is a concert. In club shows, why is that? Okay, Vicky is doing this. I'm also doing this. He's also doing this. Why is no one coming up with something different? Why is someone not thinking about doing something experiential, bringing in a genre which no one else is doing at present, which was working too well in the past? Everyone just knows saying, it is a weekend. I have a DJ. I have this DJ. I'm marketing, I'm promoting, and I'm doing my sales.
Yeah.
Why is no one saying, why can't I do something different? It is a club.
Right.
You have to have entertainment. You have to have music, but why not something different?
Yeah. But Gonzi, also there's been a decline in clubs now, right? Yes. As to like, how the scene was like a few years back when there were like some really good clubs. I'm sure that, a lot of this had to do with the no dancing rule coming in. And there were quite a few laws that came in at that point of time, which kind of led to a decline in clubs and then 5-star lounges turning into clubs and, all of that.
If I compare the club scene, until 2022, when I was doing club events, 2022 after Boris Bridges, after party, I think then only about 3-4 club gigs recently, as in that was last year. But I stopped doing club gigs because I realized that unless and until I don't own a club, it is not profitable for me to do a club gig.
Okay.
The kind of effort that I'm putting in for a weekend.
Right.
And what I'm taking back home, it's not worth. Point number one. Compared to what we were doing pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, if I'm doing a club gig, for an example, if I am putting in 30 rupees for a gig.
Okay.
I am recovering the 30. I'm at least going back home with 20. Cut to what is happening now is where if I'm putting a 30 rupees, that 30 rupees now has become 60 rupees. If I'm putting in 60 rupees into a gig, I might go back home at 62, 63. So one is, why am I putting that kind of effort?
Why? Right.
Second, earlier, the way venues used to operate with the organizers were very different. That time it was, although you had promoters, but that time it was mainly with a club and an organizer. And promoters to come in later. But now all the clubs are only working with promoters.
Right.
Where club says, I am investing, I am doing this. I want you to promote, bring me crowd. And this is an X amount that I give you.
Right.
So earlier also, pre-COVID, there were a lot of good players who were in the club scene. A lot of them have stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Because as per me, it is the same reason. They might have their opinions, their reasons for it. But I think this is the reason.
Yeah.
That is one. And a lot of the regular party people who used to always be at every party, knowing every organizer, knowing every club, who used to be backstage, partying with the DJ, knowing the DJ, post-COVID, they started becoming promoters.
Okay.
So now, as on today, there are so many promoters in the market who are there just for the sake of it. Why? Because, okay, I am doing this for 3 months, I'm making this much money. They don't have a vision further.
Right. They're also season-specific promoters as well.
There are.
Yeah.
So this is what is affecting the market. I'm not saying they are doing something wrong. I have nothing against anyone. It is good that we have more promoters, more gigs will happen.
Right.
We want more parties to happen. We want more nightlife to get expanded in the city.
Right.
But when you come on board with a club or with an artist and you don't have a vision with it.
You're right.
You just want to freelance for 3 months.
Yeah.
Maybe you've applied for something. 3 months you have a gap. I will promote.
Right.
I'm going to make some money.
Yeah.
I want to make contacts.
Yeah.
I want to meet new people. I want to meet a lot of girls. I get to party at the biggest club. I get some free liquor with it. Everyone comes and talks to me rather than me going and talking to someone. Yeah. All this excites you, no doubt.
Yeah.
In this industry, this excitement will always be there. I was also in that zone once with the kind of response I was getting. I was also excited. Be excited, which is good. Be happy about it, but don't lose focus on what you want to do next.
You're right. No, and it's just beautiful that you have very clearly explained what's the difference between a promoter and an organizer.
Yeah.
Okay. And like you said, post-COVID, I think a lot of promoters have now come into the market. And there's also a case of a lot of promoters now trying to become organizers without having the proper understanding, of what it actually takes.
Yes.
And of course, like this ends up affecting the whole nightlife in a negative way rather than a positive way eventually.
That's what has been affecting the industry. And a lot of people know about it.
Right.
They might talk into their circle, but no one's being vocal about it the way I'm being vocal today. I want more people to listen to this because this is only in concern of the industry becoming better for all of us.
Yeah.
One person doing the right thing will make 10 other people do the right thing.
Of course.
End of the day, what are the results? Everyone's happy. There's more business.
Right.
There's more channelized business.
Yeah.
There are more channelized gigs coming in.
Right. Yeah.
People know what to expect.
Yeah.
And where does all this bottle down to? A better name for nightlife for Bangalore.
Right.
Better business.
Yeah.
All of us are here. All of us have to do business as well.
Of course. And of course, like it also makes much more sense for all these guys who are like really passionate or interested about it to reach out to the big wigs or the guys who are doing it properly and then join and associate with them and collaborate, because there's nothing stopping them from doing that.
Correct.
Yeah. But then people try to choose and, like reach out directly to venues and say that I can bring so many people. And that's where, the market goes for a toss.
See, you have been in the industry for very long.
Yeah.
We know each other for very long. We have partied so much together. We have met at Boombox gigs or other gigs or whatever.
Yeah.
The only thing that this industry is lacking is unity.
Right.
I'm not saying anyone is against anyone. But 2 brands do not want to come together. Or 4 brands do not want to come together. Or 4 big seniors or anyone who has that experience.
Right.
Do not want to come collaborate and do something together.
Yeah.
So I will also take this thing to when we were doing gigs in Nazara.
Yes.
There was also Guilt happening.
Right.
And Guilt was a very, very good indoor club.
Yeah.
I also hosted gigs at Guilt. Now, between Guilt and Nazara, there is another venue which was there.
Okay.
This I'm talking about 2019. Now, for an example, if Vicky is doing an X event on a Saturday, Gomzi is doing a Y event on a Saturday.
Right.
We are very close, are 2 different venues, but we guys are very close.
Yes.
Now, for an example, tomorrow, I think saying, okay, Vicky has a better DJ. Vicky is marketed much better than me. So all the crowd is going there. My response is too low.
Right.
So I should take that as a learning. I should run my gig the way I want to.
Right.
But for the next week or the next month, I have to bring in a better strategy than Vicky.
Right.
Yeah. But rather, what did I do?
Yeah.
I sent some unwanted people to your party. And so, you know what? Go create a havoc there.
Right.
Go start off a fight.
Yeah.
Take alcohol, don't pay for it.
Right.
Why? Because something will go wrong. You will have to shut the gig earlier. If your gig is supposed to go till 1, your gig got shut at 11.
Right.
Where will the people go? People are going to come to my gig. This instance has happened with us. We know who did it at what time, who called. But if we start reacting to such things,
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just do what we have to do. We will continue what is our focus on.
Right.
People might do such things, but so there are people like this also in the industry.
Yeah.
Luckily, at present, there's no one like that, is what I know.
Right.
Maybe at the clubs that I don't visit or the people I don't know if something like this is happening.
Right.
I hope not.
Right.
But again, that time, 1 or 2 instances like this have happened not only with me, even with others.
Yeah.
So rather than doing this, bring in healthy competition.
Exactly. And the aftermath of it is that everyone ends up suffering.
Yeah.
It like doesn't do any good for the image of the city as well.
Correct.
And it just ends up spoiling things for everyone. And
So
then
now like I had Nazara, right opposite was a venue called House of Life,
right.
which used to gigs. I hosted gigs there also. Now sometimes when I was doing a gig in Nazara, they had announced something. We used to talk to each other. We said, bro, you're doing this on a Friday, I'm doing it on a Friday. Can you move this to a Saturday or let me try moving on Saturday? So Friday you get your crowd, Saturday I still get my crowd.
Right.
There have been times where I know that I can run House of Life till 1, for an example, and I have to shut Nazara at 11:30. So I start early.
Yes.
I collaborated with them.
Right.
I said, no, this party runs till here till 11:30.
Yeah.
This DJ is playing here, the other DJ is playing at House of Life, we'll all go there.
Superb.
I took my crowd, went to House of Life. This way my House of Life got the crowd to me.
Right.
That way we're still creating a good experience.
Yeah.
We have entertained the crowd which is coming.
Yeah.
We have helped each other for our gigs to run successfully.
Would you say that this lack of collaboration is because of money? Wherein like people say that no, like, I want a clear share of profits and I don't want to get into this discussion? Or is it because the people who are doing it are not passionate about it? Or is it a combination of both?
There are both aspects to it.
Yeah.
See, now money will come only when you sit for a discussion, right? People do not even want to initiate a discussion.
Right.
And that, I don't know, is it something to do? See, now I will not be able to tell you why an X person is not talking to a Y person.
You're right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that discussions don't even get initiated. Only when you and me sit across the table, I say, let's do this together.
Right.
Once we agree to it is when we'll bottle down to the percentage of profits or how much who's investing.
Correct.
But even if you don't initiate it, then how will you understand what is the next step?
Yeah.
That's where the biggest problem is. Someone has to start.
Right.
Okay, maybe that you and me spoke and maybe our financial terms are not falling in place. We don't do it as different.
Exactly.
But at least we discussed the collab.
Right.
So people don't even want to start it.
Yeah.
That's where the biggest problem is. So all of us, as per me, everyone doing whatever that we are doing, everyone needs to come together. Everyone needs to support each other.
Right.
So like it is very, very simple. If DJ Vicky is doing a party tomorrow, he sent me an invite. I'm very happy. I'm coming. But if Vicky tells me saying, bro, put this on an Instagram story, they don't want to do that.
You're right.
But again, same thing when it comes to a concert. Without even me asking a Vicky's taken up a flyer of my concert, put up on a story and tagging me. Why? Because I know what he's targeting at later.
Yeah.
So if the thought process only is like this,
yes.
How do you look at a solution? Why do people forget before there was Boombox as a brand, before this person was a DJ, we were friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
Keep your DJing career aside. I'm keeping Boombox aside.
Right.
You can pick up the call and tell me, bro.
Yeah.
For 2-3 months, you don't even remember who we are. And then I see a story tagged saying, what a great booking.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
Right. Are organizers finally making a profit or is it still a gamble every time?
I would still say it is a gamble. It is a gamble. Any show, any concert that you do, it is always a gamble. Because you know the kind of government we work with. You know in the city that we are. Anything can go wrong at any time. So a show can be announced, it can be packed. So for an example, last year, January, there was a big show, it was sold out. It was not our show, but it was sold out. But just because of some small miscommunication, some small technical error that happened during the sound check, the artist just said, we are not going to perform.
You're right.
I would not bottle down to say whose mistake it was, but it got blamed on the venue, where venue had nothing to do with it. Venue was just given the land. So, you know what, do the show here.
Right.
So now these are the aspects that can happen. Or I remember when I was doing a show with Space Motion. So we had booked him at Guilt, which is supposed to happen for Halloween's. And then everything was in place. We sold good amount of tickets. It was sure going to be a packed show and all that. And one day prior, we had, sadly, Punit Rajkumar demise happened.
Right.
And that time the government announced it's a dry day. Out of respect, yeah, everyone agreed to it and everyone put out a post saying, you know what, this is not happening. And then we had to postpone the show. But again, it was very indefinite for me to get Space Motion's date for the next day because he was already supposed to go to France for a show later.
Right.
And then we had to move that show to a Diwali because that was the only date available. And having a Space Motion for a Diwali did not make sense.
You're right.
So now this was still a club show for about 1,000 people. Now imagine something like this happening when you announced a concert on the day of the concert, one day prior.
Yeah.
So the kind of money that you invest into a concert to an artist, you pay for the venue, your production's already there.
Right.
You sold tickets.
Right.
What do you do in such situations?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the massive difference though that you see between concerts being organized in India and concerts being done abroad?
See, every organizing concert is almost the same thing. Artist tech, infrastructure. And here concerts will work only on a weekend. Overseas, it's not like that. There are places doing concerts even on a Monday, it goes packed. So one is that culture of partying is already here, but there it is much better.
Right.
Second, there is a lot of support from the government that you get to do such things. And you have the right venues.
Right.
Yeah. Now, like last week, I was at Bombay for Eric Pritt's happening. What a beautiful venue, Dome. I wish Bangalore had a venue like that. So that's the only difference that I see. If we have the right support from the government, we can do this in a much, much better way. We can create better experiences if we have the right venue. Or imagine there is a venue which is only for concerts.
Right. See, let's talk from, I mean, of course, there's a lot of revenue that such concerts bring in, to the government and to the state as well.
Yes.
But additionally, what are the other benefits that happen, like from concerts being done on this scale?
One is if there's a concert happening in Bombay and Bangalore, then we know from South, everyone's going to come into Bangalore. So the main business that the government is getting is GST. If I'm selling 25,000 tickets for a concert, every ticket, there's a GST that a customer pays.
Right.
There's a ticketing portal who's charging me GST. That also goes to the government. That's one main criteria of it. Then there's alcohol involved. Imagine the amount of money people are spending on cabs and metro on the day of the event. People booking hotels. Even people who are staying in Bangalore because the concert venues are far. 10 o'clock the concert gets over, no one wants to go back. So they'll end up taking a hotel room and then gelling up with friends, having a room party or whatever. Now that's the kind of business that brings in. You have existing brands who are our sponsors. You have car brands, you have liquor brands, you have real estate brands, you have clothing brands. Correct?
Right.
Now those guys are also putting in so much money.
Right.
Correct? Why? Because they want their name out there.
Yeah.
But it is increasing business from there. Again, there's GST from there as well. There's merchandise sold in the concert.
Right.
That also is revenue.
Right.
So only as on today, if you look at the amount of liquor sales that happen in the state. Now, if you talk about Bangalore, forget concerts. Now, major parties are happening in CBD.
Correct.
Now, which is the biggest? Now, if the liquor sale of Bangalore, 74% of liquor sales in Bangalore is done from the belt of Marathalli side.
Marathalli side.
I didn't know that till like a month ago. Everyone says CBD.
Yeah.
But the 74% of the liquor sales that happen in Bangalore in a month comes from that belt. Your Sarjapur Road to your Marathalli towards Whitefield.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, yeah.
Now, government knows that. They have all the figures. Now, same way, if Bangalore is doing a liquor sale of an X amount in a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we almost hit the same sale in a 4-hour concert.
Wow.
So, the regular sales is still happening.
Right.
I am doing that sale for you in 4 hours.
Right. Right. Then why do you think there's so much resistance? Why do you think like people are ours? I mean, of course, there's like a lot of negativity. There's a lot of negativity attached around multiple things saying that, like some people say that we don't want to promote drinking culture or, like some of these venues are too far, they are unsafe, for people and all of this stigma that's been associated with it, right? And I mean, with the years that you have spent in the industry and the way that your concerts are organized, there are safety mechanisms in place and all of that is taken care of. But why is it still so difficult to crack through and break this barrier?
See, because in the government, it's not one person who's taking the decision, right? There are different people at different levels. everyone's not on the same page. Out of 8 people or 10 people, for an example, 2 people understand what should bring in to the city or the state.
Right.
The other people are, it is a Western culture. Why should we do it? There's liquor sold. Why should we do it? There are people dressing in short clothes. Why should we do it? It is against our tradition.
And you have had these discussions.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I still remember doing a concert where usually when we have this licensing and all that, there are proper due diligences and there are proper checks that happen at the venue on the day of the concert where the authorities come to the venue.
Right.
To understand where is the GA from, where's the VIP from, what is backstage,
right?
Why is this gate open? Why is this open for artists and not that? They come for that. And suddenly there was an ACP who walks into the venue just 2 hours before the concert started. So it's like, okay, do VIP and Renu, GA and Renu. So I'm saying this is GA. This is because of the ticket pricing. This is in the front and all that. So he's like, is this not seated? I said, no, sir, this is all standing. Everyone stands. It's only one elevated zone where we're selling some tables. He's like, put a barricade in between. Make girls and boys separate. Why is that they have to dance together? Why is that they have to enjoy together? I said, sir, then how do you expect me to run a concert? What if a wife and husband are coming together? You expect the wife to be with some other girl. You expect the husband to be with someone else. Don't people go to movies, sit next to each and watch a movie? Don't people go to a cricket match, sit together? So now someone above him has understood the concept.
Right.
He's okay. That's why there is a legal permission in place. That's why he's approved it.
Yes.
But a junior doesn't understand the concept. So he's like, no, you have to do this. He said, no, I will not let you start the concert. You have to do this. We have to go back and forth to show him videos, to explain how concerts run. This is what we have done in the past. That is why we're doing it this way. This is how concerts work.
Yeah.
So now when everyone is in a different thought process,
right,
how do you break the barrier?
Yeah, education. Yeah, but so you can't spend so much time.
So the only way out is what I feel is that there should be a regulatory formed for concerts or for music scenes.
Right.
Or for anything to do with entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, today, if all of us are dealing with banks, there's Reserve Bank sitting above everyone.
Yeah, right.
They have regulations that all the banks have to follow.
Right.
Why can't we have a regulation in the country for this?
Yeah.
Saying this is what the government has created.
Right.
These are the protocols. This is what has to be followed.
Right.
So that way, who was in the system?
Yeah.
They know this is the rule.
Right.
Like we have RTO in places. There are set rules for every vehicle, for a license, for everything.
Yeah, right.
If there is something like this form, it's high time that government thinks about it.
Yeah. But do you also think that a lot of people just don't take this business seriously as well?
I wouldn't say a lot of people. See, now, when you say everyone in the industry, there are some promoters, there are organizers, there are investors, there are people running the biggest brands possible, there are people who have been in the industry for more than 25, 30 years.
Right.
Now, everyone comes with a different perception. Correct? Someone comes with a perception saying, you know what, I am going to do this concert because I want to make this amount of money out of it, or just because I want to create an impact with my brand in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So that then I can do this even in Bombay or a Delhi.
Right.
Or a Goa.
Right.
So now, once everyone comes into the system, you are forced to mend your ways.
You're right.
Because things don't fall in place always.
Hmm.
And once you put in money, it is not that, no, I will just follow this path. How much money will you lose?
Of course.
Correct?
Yeah.
So it is like all of us know that there's a lot of corruption.
Yeah.
Correct? Tomorrow, if you are going in a one way and a cop catches you, he tells you have to pay a 1K, you would still give him a 500 and walk out without taking a challan. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, if I say, no, it's okay, I'll pay 1K.
How
How many people do that? Or for how long can you do that?
Correct. Yeah.
So once you start something, you expect it to go a certain way. It might not go.
You're right. You're right.
To sustain that situation,
Yeah.
or to hang around for a little better while,
Yeah.
to reduce the losses, you mind your ways.
But see, also Gautam, then in that case, it becomes very difficult to build a brand, doesn't it?
It is. It
Yeah.
is very, very difficult.
Because every time you have to then go again and prove
Correct.
yourself.
Correct.
Yeah. Right.
So, forget our industry, any domain, any brand.
Hmm.
There are business difficulties that everyone faces.
Right.
But no one gets to know about it. But this is our field because it's out in the market. We are doing things for the masses.
Yes.
Correct? And now masses get to know. That's why it's very easy for them to give a feedback. Saying, no, this should have been like this. But no one understands the backstory. No one understands how long it takes for me to execute a concert.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, see, now, I wish I had a single statement for a solution to this. But I still feel the government support is required and a regulation has to be formed. That's the only way that things can fall in a channelized manner. That's when the protocols can be followed. Today, if I'm doing a concert in a Bharatiya city, where I have to deal with the commissioner, but if I'm doing a concert in nice grounds, that's rural Bangalore, I have to deal with the SP.
Yes.
Now, rural Bangalore has different rules.
Right.
Urban has different rules.
Yeah.
Correct? Now, same way, if it is an Uber cab, it's an urban and rural. What is the rule for them? You got booked.
Exactly.
You take the fee, you drop the customer there.
Right.
You pay this much GST or this is the taxes that you pay.
Right.
So why can't we have a regulation like that for an event?
Yeah.
Correct?
Very well put. Yeah.
Now, simple. If you have a school, you have a college.
Yeah.
500 meters, you cannot have a liquor store, you cannot have a cigarette store.
Correct.
Correct? Such regulations, imagine if you have it for a concert.
You're right. You're right.
When I know this is the rule, I will not even go to rural Bangalore to plan a concert. I'll find something else somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone comes up with an idea. Only when you start doing something is when you understand, okay, this is the limitation here.
Right.
Or not, I have announced it, I have no other venue, I have to do it here.
And then you find your way through and you scramble and then you somehow make it happen.
That's when you mend your ways.
Exactly. Yeah.
Otherwise, my concert sold out.
Right.
My artist is on the way.
Right.
How do you just cancel it?
Yeah. Let's dig a bit deeper into what goes behind planning a concert. So walk us through a typical Boombox concert. What happens from planning to lights out?
Okay, so now, obviously, first is like I spoke a little earlier of getting the right artist at the right time. Once we have locked that, then we start sitting on the projections of the concert, saying this is my expense, this is the revenue that I have to get. Based on that, then we see what is the footfall that I need or what is the footfall this artist is going to put.
Yes.
Then we get into the venue, saying is this venue available?
Okay.
If this is not there, then I'll not be able to do this. I'll have to go to a smaller venue where I'll not be able to reach that footfall.
Right.
With the venue smaller.
Right.
So one is we guys decide on that.
Okay.
So once the venue is locked, the artist is locked, the date is finalized. Then we reach out to the sponsors. Okay, because we obviously need a title sponsor. There are different categories of sponsors.
Right.
We reach out to sponsors. And then we also look at if this artist is doing only a 2-city tour, is he doing a 5-city tour, is he doing a 8-city tour? And then always for us, we guys always put saying, we guys want to do a concert on a Friday or a Saturday because that always works better in Bangalore.
Okay.
Sundays works, but Friday and Saturday are better than Sundays.
Okay.
Because most of our ticketed crowd that comes in are working people, are students.
Right.
Sunday, if they are at a concert, then they think about a Monday.
Right.
But if you do it on a Friday or a Saturday, things are different.
Yes.
So once we have all these things in place, now once the venue is scouted on it, then we sit on the marketing plan. Then we get the artist tech rider. Then we sit on the hospitality rider. Then we look at hotels. How many rooms does he need? Then we look for a hospitality partner. Which hotel? Now again, if there's an X-hotel which is 15 kilometers away, who's ready to come as a partner, but then I know how the artist is going to reach there.
Right.
Because the infrastructure and the traffic that all of us are dealing with.
Yeah.
So then we have to look at those aspects. Then we have to look at the lineups. So once this is decided,
right,
and then is the production plan when it starts.
Okay.
Saying, okay, this is the production, this is what the artist wants.
Right.
So, okay, what will be the stage design? What will be the categories? When are we taking the ticket slab?
Right.
How many tickets on an early bird? How many tickets on a phase one?
Yeah. Yeah.
How are we marketing it apart from a social media? Okay, there is a ticketing portal. There is my social media. There are multiple social media accounts. Then we have other ways of marketing like a radio channel. We have PVRs.
Right.
We do hoardings. We do performance marketing. So then we guys get into that. And then we have to look at PRs. We have to look at influencers. We reach out to colleges for colleges, the groups so that we can do it. And then we get into corporate sales. So all this is happening simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the day the concert is announced.
Right. Right.
And the main thing starts, I think, about 5-6 days before the concert is when we get the venue. So maybe the 5th day before the concert is when late night entire production stock is dumped into the venue.
Okay.
Then there are different teams that come in because there's so many vendors that come in.
Right.
And there's a production head that comes in. When we're doing something with Sunburn, there's a production head that comes in.
Right.
So he comes in, he does the first thing. There's marking, there's designing everything. Then the production starts. Then there's at least 4-5 hours every day that we spend at the venue.
Right.
To make sure what is happening first, what is happening next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because with the venues that we have here, there is only one big entry gate where trucks can come in.
Right.
But one truck has to be inside because that truck has something that has to be installed last. But till then, if I've closed the barricade, how does the truck go out? My stage is built. The gate is behind the stage. How do I send the truck out? So then you get into these small teething issues.
Right.
And how do we do it?
Yeah.
We need a water tanker. Now everything is set. How do I get the water tanker inside? The big gate is closed.
Right.
Because that's become my emergency exit.
Yeah.
Now how do I break it open for a truck to come inside?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then if it's an EDM artist, it's a big artist, then the artist team comes one day prior. They want to do the sound check. They want to come and set the visuals. They want to get the photography team to see where they're standing. At the same time, we're also looking at sales. Now, our online ticketing sales are happening. We're also looking at offline sales. We're looking at offline promoters.
Yeah.
We're looking at VVIP table sales. Then we have unwanted calls from a lot of bigger people that you cannot say a no to. They say, no, I want the D1 table because it's right in the front.
Yeah.
That table, I can sell it for 5 lakhs. But if I'm giving to someone at FOC, then I'm losing that 5 lakh. Then we guys are like, okay, how do I recover this 5 lakh from somewhere else? Then we have food vendors for food stalls.
Right.
Then we have the bar setups happening. Then we have the bar team coming in. Then we have all the sponsors coming and building their own branding.
Yeah. Right.
Everyone wants this space. For example, if I have a car brand.
Right.
Now he wants a spot.
Yeah.
Which is branding for his car to be parked.
Exactly.
Now he's saying I can bring in the car only on the day of the concert, maybe 2 hours before. Now my venue is already sealed. How do I bring the car inside?
Right.
When I'm telling the brand saying, bring it 3 days prior.
Yeah.
I'll give you a security guard who's next to the car.
Yeah.
They say, no, we can't do it.
Right.
And then we have a very big door put there only for the car to come in. 2 hours before the concert starts. We have to put everything on hold, open the gate, bring the car in and lock the gate. Then we are dealing with the venue. Then Book My Show or a district or any other ticketing portal, their team comes.
Right.
And we have to go to the box office. We have to make sure everyone has the right internet. The internet becomes a problem at a large scale gathering.
Yeah.
Then we have the right Wi-Fi. Otherwise, my scans will not work.
Correct.
Anyone coming with a QR code, how do you even scan and give them a band?
Right. Yeah.
So this is what goes on for about 5 days.
Yeah.
And until the gate opens. It is all that we do is disaster management. We don't do incident management, we do disaster management. Therefore, happens on the concert on the day of the concert.
Right.
Previous day, till 7:38, we have landed up being at the venue.
Yeah.
On the day of the concert. 8 o'clock, we have some breather. We head back to the hotel or wherever that we could quickly change. And then the authorities start coming to the venue to do their rounds.
Yes.
So someone from the organizing team has to be there to explain everything to them.
Right.
There are about 9 or 10 departments that are involved in it where we take permissions for.
Right. Yeah.
So once we've done all this, then we do a complete sanitize the venue.
Yeah.
Any vendor, any boy, anyone who's inside the venue who doesn't have an accreditation or a band is pushed out of the venue. The venue has to go empty. Then our security bouncer team comes inside. There's a half an hour briefing done for them saying, this is your spot. These are the color of bands which is allowed here. So we have 5-6 colors. We show them everything, we explain them, and then we do the placement of them. And then all the people who are even working, including me, if I don't have accred, I'm not allowed inside.
Right.
So accreds are allowed where? Accreds have a AAA or have a FOH.
Yes.
The bouncers need to understand that. So we do all of this, then the main team comes inside. And then we say everything okay, sound here, everything okay. Okay, we are ready to open gates. 3 hours before the box office opened, people have come, they've got the QR code, they have the band.
Right.
They are around the venue.
Yeah.
Then we open gates and then we start doing the crowd management.
Right. Yeah.
Or someone from a GA is trying to come into a VIP. Or someone from a VIP. Now someone's intentionally doing it, someone really does not know it.
Right.
Someone might be attending for the first time.
Yeah.
So then we get into crowd management. This happens in the first 1.5 hours, where now people have understood where to be, what is happening.
Right.
And then we might get calls saying, you know what, at the main entry, there's a traffic jam. Then we have, as per the protocols, we have 2 ambulances standing. We have a fire brigade standing, and fire brigade has to be at a very specific spot.
Right.
It can't just be in the venue or outside the venue. And then the medical team has to be inside. So we set all of that. And then till then, maybe the first opening artist, the second opening artist is finished.
Right.
Now we know that the main artist is going to come. Is everything ready backstage? Is a rider there? So then we guys start looking at that. And then we have people that we have invited. Then they come. We have to put on tables. Then Usually all our VVIP table guys start coming at a 7:30, 7:45 because the main artist starts at 8.
Correct.
So then making sure that I have my supervisor to take care of all the tables.
Right.
A D1 guy will come at 9, but a D2 guy cannot go and occupy D1.
Yeah.
Because D1 is at a premium price. This is at a little lesser premium.
Right.
But just because people see that's empty, they go occupy that.
Yeah.
And when the actual D1 comes,
His table.
then we have to go request, say, you know what, this is his table.
Yeah.
You'll have to move back.
Yeah.
So every concert that we do, there's hardly about 5-7 minutes of the main act's music that we listen to. Or we're just around the venue. We're sometimes at the back of the GA, we're sometimes backstage. We sometimes have to run back to the hotel. We have to sometimes run out of the venue because some other authorities come.
Right.
All the passes that were supposed to be given, it's given. Now they suddenly say, I want 50 more passes. Where do you go arrange it? Until one of the decision makers do not go to the box office, they will not even give out one single song.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's what happens. And until the last song doesn't happen, the fireworks don't come. This is what we do. That's how a concert works. I should remember, right? As in, usually at concert, on the day of the concert, we guys are easily walking about 15 to 18 kilometers just inside the venue. Those are the rounds that you have to take.
Right. Insane. Insane. Thank you for walking us through that in so much detail. Yeah. When you're zeroing in on the right venue or the right date, what factors matter the most?
See, right venue, right date. Like I said, the date of a concert shouldn't be near a festival. Right. Unless if I'm doing a Holi concert, then it has to be on Holi or one day prior or something.
Yeah.
But if any other artist wants to travel or perform in a city on a particular date, so we look at festivals, we look at exams, we look at vacations after the exams of students.
Right.
Then we look at if there is a Ramzan month going on. Because 1 month, those people will not step out.
Yeah.
Is it close to Onam?
Right.
Because we know that this community has a very, very large population that comes into concert. You know, this community traveled from different cities all the way to Bangalore only to come attend the next artist. So we look at that. And again, a venue basically goes by the size of the concert.
Okay.
Because every venue that we guys do concert, it is only a land that we take and we build everything. It's only the production size that differs.
Right.
The tech rider differs.
Right. So everything's built from scratch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just take the barrel land and we build it from start. Now everything again depends on the size of the concert.
Right.
But I might have a small scale concert which needs about 8,000-9,000 people, but for that a nice ground is too huge.
Correct.
But if the smaller venue like Bharti is not available, then I have to still end up taking a nice ground.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't fall in my budget.
Right.
Because nice ground might say, I am giving you the whole land.
Yeah.
When I tell them I'm just using the half of it, it's like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
If I'm giving you half, I can give half to someone else. Then my price is 3x.
Yeah.
And how do I make that happen?
Right.
And if no other option, we would say yes to that venue. And then we go back into our sales. Then we go back into our sponsorship, saying, how can we increase the sponsorship?
Right.
How can I push for more sales?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that we guys can cover up this extra cost for the venue. So these are the aspects that go in. One is we have to look at the dates. One is we have to look at the size of the concert.
Yeah.
And at times we also have this request from artists. If I'm doing an ex-artist and I tell him this is the venue, the artist needs to approve the venue.
Okay.
And the artist wants to know who's performed there before me.
Got it.
If it is an artist who is looking to pull 20,000 people and I'm doing it at a venue where there are concerts happen but only at 5,000-6,000 people, the artist might say no.
Right.
If I'm doing a DJ Snake and DJ Snake, if I tell him this is a new venue, they don't agree to it. When I say DJ Snake, you know, Boris performed here, Martin Garrix performed here, Alan Walker performed here, then like, okay, these have happened, then it's okay, let's do it.
Right.
So even before we decide the venue, we have to check the availability, then give it to the artist. The artist needs to approve it. And then after that, the artist might say, you know what, these are the hotels close by. Now, Bharti, if I'm doing, you have Leela.
Yeah.
One artist said, no, I don't want to stay here. I want to stay in Four Seasons.
Okay.
Then we have to literally explain the artist.
Right.
Saying Four Seasons, this is the distance.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of time that you're going to take on a normal day. And on a concert day, it will become this. If you're okay with it, then we will put you in Four Seasons.
Right.
But you should be prepared to spend 1.5 or 2 hours in traffic.
Yeah.
And if an artist is far, and then we might think 1.5 hours might become 2 hours, but what if it becomes 2 hours, 40 minutes?
Exactly.
He can't start his set late.
Exactly.
Then that's when we have to put in reinforcements. We have to call for a police convoy. Once we guys also thought of getting in an ambulance to send back the artist.
Right.
But luckily the artist decided to stay back for an hour. He's like, okay, let's chill here. Let me get clear, then I leave.
Right.
So in all of this matters of where the venue is, which hotel is close by.
Yeah.
Which is the excise depot close by. How will my liquor stock come in? What if I run out of liquor stock?
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Someone has to be there close by, right?
Right. Yeah.
If my venue is somewhere and I suddenly realize that my liquor is getting over.
Yeah. Then you need reinforcements coming
And then
as quickly as.
And if the depot is 25 kilometers away, how does it even reach the venue?
You're right.
So all these aspects come into place.
Yeah.
Obviously, first the approval from the artist. And then the costing and the size of the concert.
Yeah.
Once this is in place is when we start bottling down to the other
aspects. Yeah. Who are the unsung heroes behind the scenes? And how do all of these teams sync up with each other, such as your production, your F&B, all of those?
See, it is everyone, every person who's there at the venue from the day the production starts till the time the concert gets over. From a smallest guy who's doing housekeeping, who's keeping the venue clean before we open gates. From the guy who's doing the visuals, from the guy who knows the SFX at what time, what firework has to go out. A guy who's handling the CCTV room. He's the one who's sitting and monitoring what if there's something going wrong. Right. What if there's an emergency exit which is broken by crowd.
Right.
There's only one bouncer who's not able to control it. Now the CCTV guy is sitting there, knows this is happening. How does he give a message? The message comes on the walkie. And the walkie guy is not doing his job. Then we don't get the message.
Right.
So everyone inside there, from someone who's cleaning the toilet, from someone who's doing housekeeping, from someone who's clearing glasses, from someone who's making sure that there is a tissue bundle available at the bar. Yeah. Everyone is important. Everyone is a hero at a concert. Yeah. There is not one person, because it is all a chain reaction. One thing goes wrong.
Right.
The other thing will fail because of the
cascades. Yeah. And all these multiple briefings do happen, many times.
Throughout the production phase. Yeah. And luckily that the vendors that we work with, they've always worked with us. They are also very experienced. Superb. The team that comes in, they know what goes in a concert.
Right.
So I would say in the last 5-6 years, I have never had a fallout with one vendor or a person who did not do his job.
Great.
There might be a delay of 10 minutes, which is okay.
Right.
But he knows what he's supposed to, and he knows once the concert is on.
Yeah.
A housekeeping guy knows before the gates are open, I have to make sure the venue is clean.
Right. Yeah.
A bar guy knows the gates have opened. I have to be here. I cannot leave this spot. If in case I am going,
right,
I need to put someone else in.
Yeah.
So everyone at a concert is a hero.
From club nights to concert grounds, Boombox became more than a brand. It became a movement. But as the crowds grew, so did the pressure. Money, permissions, politics, and the system behind the music. Next, the truth behind the chaos. We continue this chat on the season finale of the Vic Fix. Behind the system, money, permissions, and the future of Indian concerts. Join us for episode 2 of this chat, dropping this 2nd of November.